A very good afternoon to you all. I am Dr. Amarjeet Kaur. I am Professor of Accounting and Dean at Department of Management, Gurugram University, Gurugram. I am very happy to be present here this afternoon. Today we are going to discuss about how to prepare a bank reconciliation statement. We shall be discussing this topic in 4 parts. I am going to begin with the first part today at this moment. As the name suggests, bank reconciliation statement means we are going to learn how to prepare a statement to reconcile the bank passbook with the cash book bank column. So, for the next few minutes friends, we are going to discuss what are the different scenarios for preparing bank reconciliation statement and how to prepare a bank reconciliation statement when the debit balance of cash book bank column cash book is given, right. So, to begin with, I shall be discussing the format of the bank reconciliation statement. The bank reconciliation statement has 3 columns. We begin with the title. So, we write bank reconciliation statement for XYZ Company Limited, ABC Limited, ABC Messrs ABC. So, whatever is given in the situation, we do write the name of the company at the top. That is how we begin with, followed by the date on which you are preparing the bank reconciliation statement. It is always on a particular date, as on 31st March 2021, as on 31st March 2020, like that, right. It is not necessary that you should be preparing the bank reconciliation statement during the last day of any month. You can actually prepare it mid-month itself, 10th of March, 20th of March. There is no such restriction, because as we discussed in the previous sessions on this, that bank reconciliation statement is not a mandate by any law, by any accounting body. It is primarily the choice of the businessman, the owners, the management of a business to decide to prepare the bank reconciliation statement or not, right. So, that is why this date could be as per the matter of the choice, based on which day you decide or you need to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. As I said, it has 3 columns. The first column talks about the particulars, the details of all the transactions pertaining to bank and the cash book bank column. The second head or second column is about items. All those items which are added, plus items you may say, are put in this column, and the third column writes about the all those items which are going to be subtracted from the opening balance we took. So, we may call it as minus item, right. So, in all, particulars, plus items and minus items, 3 columns are going to be there. Now, coming to different scenarios, different possible situations when we need to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. A bank reconciliation statement can be prepared when the debit balance of a cash book is given. We can prepare a bank reconciliation statement when the cash book's bank column has credit balance. The third situation could be that we have the debit balance of the passbook, and the fourth possible scenario is that we have credit balance of passbook. So, accordingly, we are going to devote 4 sessions on on this particular scenarios, these scenarios. One by one we are going to take up all the scenarios. So, it means in the part 1 of this topic, I am going to take up debit balance of cash book when it is there, and then how to solve or how to prepare a bank reconciliation statement. Today in the part 2, we will be preparing bank reconciliation statement when the credit balance of cash book would be given or is assumed to be given, right. So, let us proceed further. Let us understand first that when debit balance of cash book is given, how do we prepare a bank reconciliation statement? To understand that, let's have a clarity that the debit balance of a cash book represents what and the credit balance of the cash book represents what. So, cash book, as you all know, cash is actually an asset, and the bank column in the cash book also represents the cash at bank, right. So, basically cash book column in itself, cash column as well as the bank column of the cash book, both the columns of the cash book are representing assets to the business. In one case, the first column, cash column, has is indicating actually the cash within the business itself, lying with the business, whereas the bank column of the cash book is indicating the cash lying with the bank, right. In both the cases, doesn't matter cash at business or cash at bank, in both the situations we are actually talking about an assets with the business. So, debit balance of any asset actually indicates increase, right, and credit balance of any asset represents decrease. So, this is the normal balance concept, has been discussed in the previous lecture somewhere during the preparation of final accounts. So, friends, this is very important rule that you need to know, you need to memorize and understand as well, that the assets are going to show an increase, then we record them in the debit side. If assets are showing a decrease, then we write the balance or that transaction in the credit side. So, now you think that what will be happening to the transactions if the debit balance of the cash book is given. The first scenario, debit balance of the cash book, right. So, in that case, how do we treat items if debit balance of cash book is given? So, I shall be discussing items which are added and there are items which are subtracted under this situation. All the checks which were issued but are not presented. So, you have issued a check, but somebody whomsoever we have issued, he didn't deposit in the bank and could not claim the money. So, it means the money is still in your account, right. So, if we are beginning with the debit balance of a cash book and the checks issued are given are there but not presented by the recipient, we are going to add this back. Then we have interest credited by the bank. So, bank on times, for times they release interest, they directly deposit in your account. So, even that amount will be added back to the balance of the bank column, debit side balance of the bank column as per cash book. The third item which we add is any direct deposit by the customer. You are not aware, somebody has deposited some cash in your account. So, that particular amount will be added back to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. The next item which we add back is the interest or the dividend amount which is collected by the bank directly on your behalf, which you were not aware. It has been received, it has been collected by the bank, right. So, even that is added back. Then we have checks which were deposited in the bank, but bank did not credited your account. So, you have deposited a check in the bank and you did not record in the cash book, in the bank column of cash book. So, bank has given the credit to your account, but you are not aware of, because simply you did not record, you forgot to, you omitted to record in your cash book. So, that is going to be added back. So, these were the items to be added. Now, we will discuss about the items which are going to be subtracted from the given balance of cash book, debit balance of the cash book. First item which we subtract is the checks which were sent to bank for collection but not yet credited, right. So, these are the checks which you have sent for collection, means they were supposed to be adding value to your bank balance. It means bank was supposed to credit it, but bank has not collected them yet. It could be simply they are dishonored, they are or there is some holiday, some strike, somehow you did not get the credit in your account. So we shall be subtracting that amount because your bank balance is actually not gone up, whereas your cash book bank column is showing a higher side. So we are going to subtract this value. The second item which is subtracted is the checks which were sent to bank for collection but are dishonored. So you had deposited some check, and you were expecting that the check will be credited to your account, but you never knew the party, the business which issued you that check, they do not have sufficient funds or the signatures mismatch and that check gets dishonored. So your bank balance doesn't go up by the expected amount. So what you need to do is you need to reduce the same amount, or you need to subtract the same amount from your bank column of the cash book, right? The third item which we subtract to prepare the bank reconciliation statement under the situation when debit balance of cash book is given is the direct payment by the bank. Bank has paid on your behalf. It could be your premium, it could be your rent, it could be anything. There is a standing instruction which you may not remember or you have not recorded yet, and the bank has paid. So your bank, as per your bank passbook or statement, the amount is lower than what your cash book is showing. So you need to reduce that amount from your bank column of the cash book, right? The next item we subtract from the cash book, from the bank column of the cash book, is the direct interest or commission on charge by the bank. So some commission is charged or some interest is charged directly by the bank, which you did not record. Maybe you are not aware by the time you prepared your cash book. So that amount is going to be deducted from the debit balance of the cash book as per your cash book statement. The next item which we subtract from the debit balance of the cash book is the checks issued but they are omitted to be recorded in the cash book. So you have issued some check, you didn't remember it, so you just forgot to record it. So those checks which were issued but are simply omitted, you make a mistake, you just could not remember it, your cashier, your accountant couldn't remember to record it in the cash book. So we are going to reduce the cash book bank amount, bank column by that amount, so that we have the amount of the bank column reconciled with the amount shown in the passbook or bank statement. So friends, these were the items which are added or subtracted while preparing the bank reconciliation statement under the first situation when debit balance as per cash book is given. Alright. So now we are going to take up some caselet, a small case, to understand how we actually prepare the bank reconciliation statement. So I am taking a case. It says bank column of the cash book of Messrs ABC shows a debit balance of 27,280 on 31st March 2021. On comparing the cash book with the passbook, following differences were observed. So let's understand the case that we have been given bank column of the cash book, right? And after that you have been given the debit balance. This is the first situation, right? When we are taking debit balance of the as per cash book. So debit balance of bank column but as per cash book. So in this case the amount is 27,280. So friends, it's very important that we read the first statement very carefully because the treatment varies. the treatment of subtracting or adding varies under different situations. We are taking the first situation. Okay. Now let's see what are the reasons of differences being observed. So as per the case, the first cause of difference is the checks for rupees 18,400. They were sent for collection but have not been cleared by the bank. So you have sent some check and bank hasn't cleared that check yet, right? The second cause of difference being observed is the checks worth rupees 15,600, they were issued but they are not presented by the recipient yet. The third reason is a debit of rupees 800 as per passbook has not been recorded in the cash book. The fourth reason is bank credited interest of 2400 as per passbook which has not been recorded in the cash book. And the fifth reason is the customer deposited rupees 20,000 directly into the bank and the same has been recorded only in the passbook, which means your cash book did not record that direct deposit. And the last head says, as per the standing instructions, the bank has made the following payments which are not recorded in the cash book. Number 1, the club fees of 5,000, and number 2, life insurance policy premium 25,000. So it means 30,000 has been paid directly on your instruction which were not recorded in the cash book, and we are required to prepare bank reconciliation statement. So the beginning point in this case would be the debit balance as per bank column of the cash book of Messrs ABC Limited, right? So 27,280 is the opening balance, debit balance as per the cash book. So we will start with the format. As you know, the format is we write the name of the company or name of the firm at the top. Here bank reconciliation statement for Messrs ABC. This is the name given in the caselet, and then we write date, and date is as on 31st March 2021. Okay. So the beginning point to prepare a bank reconciliation statement is always the balance given as per cash book or balance given as per passbook, right? So here the debit balance is given in this case. So we will take up debit balance as per cash book 27,280, right? Now we will see what to do. So the first item, let's say interest credited by the bank. So this checks issued but not presented. So you have issued check, right, to somebody whom you owe some money of 15,600. The person or the firm to whom you have issued this check, they did not present it to collect or for collection. It means the check is yet with the party to whom you have issued it, right? It means your bank statement or your passbook is showing an amount, which is actually higher by 15,600. So you need to add this 15,600 because you have already reduced the amount from your cash book. The moment you have issued the check, your accountant subtracted that amount. But in actual, what happened? The bank hasn't paid that money because that check was not presented, right? It means your bank, is showing a higher amount and your cash book is showing a lower amount. So you need to add back this amount to bring the cash book balance to the same level of the passbook, right? So that's why we are adding this back. The next item is that interest was credited by the bank directly to your account of 2,400. So we are going to add back this item as well. Now let's understand the reason, because you can see it is there in the added column, in the plus column. but my objective would be to explain you that why are we adding this back. For that, let's understand, when a bank pays some interest to your to your account for depositing the money with them, it is deposited, let's say it is deposited on 5th of the month, and you are not aware, you got you are updating your cash book on daily basis, but you got your passbook updated after 5th, and you got to know when, let's say on 8th. From 5th to 8th, your cash book column is showing the same amount, it's not showing any increase, because you are not aware it has gone up. So what will happen, you will be adding back this interest of 2400 in the bank column of cash book, simply because the passbook is showing an increase of 2400. Okay. The third item, direct deposits by a customer into the bank, which you were not aware, because a customer deposited something in your account, in your bank account, so your bank balance is gone up, which you are not aware. So your cash book balance is lower by 20,000 in this case, in this scenario, whereas your passbook balance is up by 20,000. The customer may have deposited a check, may have deposited some cash, may have deposited simply through RTGS or through NEFT, any net banking means, right? But you are not aware of this because you did not match, and this has led to a difference of 20,000, right? So we are going to add back this 20,000 to reconcile with the bank balance. Then coming to the check which were sent for collection but are not credited. So you have sent a check and you added in your cash book column of the bank, right? So bank column has increased value of 18,400. You are not aware that the bank has actually not credited. You simply assumed it has been credited. So you will reduce, because bank column, as per bank statement, the balance is short by 18,400. So you are going to reduce this amount from the cash book to reconcile with the passbook balance. The next item given in the case is bank charges which are not recorded. So there was a charge by the bank for commission, for interest against anything, right? So this 800 rupees were charged. You were not aware. Your cash book bank account column is showing a higher amount by 800. You need to reduce it to the same level of the as per passbook, right, of the bank statement. So you need to reduce this. So that is why this 800 is going to go in the minus side. And then after this, the next item is amount which was paid by bank on your standing instruction. So there was a total of 30,000 which your bank paid on your behalf. So we are going to subtract that amount. You were not paid exactly aware this has been paid on 8th or 9th, because sometime there are holidays, sometime there is Sunday, any installment which is due on 10th for example, and if 10th falls on Sunday, it will be subtracted on Monday next day or for next working day. So that is why you did not record it, but bank has paid it on your instruction itself. So this is how we will have a total plus item of 65,280, total minus item of 49,200, and the difference is 16,080. Now friends, it's very important to understand the last line. We started with the debit balance as per cash book. When we reconcile all the item, or when we adjust for all the items given in the case, the end result is the opposite side balance of the passbook. So the balance is of the passbook but the credit balance. I have seen many students committing this mistake. So remember that we started with the debit balance as per cash book, and we are now ending up credit balance as per passbook. That's how a bank reconciliation statement is prepared when the debit balance of the cash book is given. I hope you could understand with the help of this case, and it is clear to you that how the bank reconciliation statement is prepared. Thank you very much for being with me. See you in the next part. Thank you.